Hey guys, as you can see, something's a little different today. So you'll notice that obviously this is the FTB Infinity pack. It's a mod pack that's actually very popular, with I think 150 something mods. Oh, down there, 160 mods. And I've been playing this quite a lot lately. I actually, as much as I don't like vanilla survival, because it's not automatable or techy enough for me, this mod pack seems to solve all those problems with all of the tech mods. So I've been kind of addicted to it lately, and I also have kind of an announcement to make and a thank you, so I figured I'd just do it all in one special episode. So let's do a bit of a let's play. And I guarantee you this will be slow to load, because it's slow to load even when I'm not recording. But basically, I want to thank everyone who's watching my channel and who's subscribed to it, because I just noticed that I have 419 subscribers, which is quite a lot for a random YouTuber like me. It's not like I'm one of the major channels or anything, so I want to thank everyone who's subscribed. Now, I actually passed 400 about 3 months ago, but I haven't looked at that number in I don't know how long. So consider this a belated happy 400th subscriber special video with a sincere thank you to everyone who's watched any of my videos. Or at least the ones who have come back after watching, because, you know, if you watch it and leave, it didn't really help. But thank you for watching it anyway. Right, so basically what I'm going to do in this video is kind of give you a tour of my current progress and base. Let me lower those sounds for a second. Lag is real. Options, sounds. Bring this way down. Alright. 15% should be fine. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of give you a tour of my progress and my current base, just a kind of quick overview. And what I want to know from you guys is, would you want to see a Let's Play series of FTB Infinity from me? Because like I said, I've been addicted to this so much lately. I know a lot of you like Let's Play series, and I kind of feel bad that I never did a Let's Play of Vanilla Survival just because I hate it so much. But since I love this, if you guys want to see a Let's Play of FTB Infinity, I would gladly make that a series. Just all depends on demand. So let me know in the comments below if you'd want such a series, and if you would, let me know if you would want me to start over fresh in a new world so you can see how I progress from the beginning, or if it would be fine for me to start with the base that I currently have, just sort of give you a quick intro episode, catching you up on everything I've done here, which this video might actually be a little bit of, but maybe a little more in depth, and then progressing from there. So yeah, if you want to see an FTB Let's Play series from me, let me know in the comments below. If you don't, let me know in the comments below. If I don't get much support, as usual, I will just play in my own free time and not bother recording. But if you guys do want to see it, I would be glad to upload it. Alright, so let's check out my base. So from the outside, my base is very simple. It is this. It is basically a trapdoor and a glass ceiling for the entry hallway, and that's it. I have a habit whenever I start any survival worlds of pretty much just digging into the ground for my base and never dealing with the outside. As you guys may know from my other videos, I'm more of a functionalist player than an aesthetic player, so I generally don't put much effort into making things look nice as long as they work. This glass ceiling I did because I did like the look of it. And I also, you'll notice I used some chisel blocks here for the ground, the stone panel blocks, and these chiseled blocks in the ceiling. I did try to make this look a little bit less than just, you know, cobble everywhere and smooth stone. But for the most part, I do everything functionally. If I were to make a Let's Play video, I would certainly try to pretty things up for you. It would make it look better for you guys watching, and also it would give me something to do on camera. But yeah, so when I first walk into my building, I almost said, it's not really a building, but when I first walk into my base, I have a few things set up here. So first, these 2 blueberry bushes. I have been getting so many blueberries. Like, I have a chest full of food, and there's probably like a stack of blueberries that I don't even eat most of the time. But it's always good to have excess food. I also have an oreberry bush in the back there, an aluminum oreberry bush. And then there's a copper one here and some other aluminum ones here. Now these 2 never grew, and I don't know why. That one never grew. That one grew, and it used to give me oreberries, but then it stopped. So I don't know if that was when I started putting in these glass ceilings or if I changed something. So if you guys know in FTB Infinity, this is from Tinker's Construct. So if you guys know in Tinker's what the conditions are that make oreberry bushes grow, I would really appreciate that, because I could use those ores. But yeah, and then I have these chests here and these furnaces. Now these furnaces, as you can see, I've just got some transfer nodes to pull the smelted items out and put them into that chest. And this transfer node also pulls out of here into that chest. This is the main chest for my sorting system. So everything in here now is stuff that I don't have barrels set up for because I didn't have enough of it, or I didn't care enough about them. So it's kind of my go-to miscellaneous chest. But everything that can be sorted in this chest will get sucked out by, I think I have 6 transfer nodes on there now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 6 transfer nodes to either be sorted or trashed. There's a trash can under there that I'll show you later. And this is where I dump everything after I've come back from either mining or, you know, harvesting things. Wherever I've come back from, if I've got a load of stuff in my inventory, I throw it in this chest just for automatic sorting. And basically the reason I have 2 chests is mostly as a buffer. So if this chest ever gets filled with unsortable items, it won't like totally leave me with nowhere to put my items. I can still throw them in here and then clean this out later, and it'll sort itself. So this is kind of like an overflow buffer. Okay, and then of course I have my furnaces here, so I do all my smelting, and then all the smelted stuff goes straight into the sorting system. So, speaking of sorting system, oh the lag. Speaking of the sorting system, I have barrels full of things. Now, for those of you who don't play modded, these barrels will take a single type of item and will hold up to 64 stacks of that item. But they're nice because, first of all, 64 stacks is way more than you can get in a chest. But also, because it only holds one type of item, if you connect it up to some transfer pipes there, which transfer items, it can act as a sorting system. Because see those little locks underneath there? If I wanted to, well, I can't do it without an empty hand. So, there. If I wanted to, I could unlock that, or lock it again. And what that means is, if I take all of the items out of here, and it's locked, it will remember what kind of item it had in there, and that's the only item it will accept. So it will still continue to sort my items. And so this makes it a really nice sorting system to just put a bunch of barrels connected to the same transfer network. Yeah, so as you can see, I've done quite a bit of mining. I've got all this glowstone, not many diamonds. I used a lot of them in my armor and some of my picks and stuff. I've done some mining in the nether, you can see. I absolutely hate the nether. Even here, I still hate the nether. However, I recently got myself a jetpack. Let me just go outside to show you that in case you've never seen a jetpack. Whoops, not going to go outside at night. But yeah, so I actually waited way too long to get a jetpack because I forgot about it completely. I've seen it in other people's Let's Plays, and I forgot about it. But yeah, So if I, oops, my engine is off. Oop, wrong button. There. So now I can fly. It's not like creative mode flying. If I wanted that, I would need to get the angel ring. And for that I need unstable ingots. And for that I need to do that whole like activation sigil ritual. And for the activation sigil I need to kill a wither, and it's expensive. And I'm not really looking forward to that. So I'm okay with just a jetpack. At least for now. And yes, I like trapdoors better than regular doors. I always have. So, yeah. But yeah, so since I've gotten the jetpack, it's made nether trips a little easier. Because I can just fly over all the lava lakes. But I still hate the nether. The last time I was in the nether, I actually got killed by a pigman, even though I never actually hit the pigman. Because the last time I had been in the nether before that, I had apparently, oops, not the right F5 mode. There it is. So the last time I had been in the nether, I had mined out some ores. And in modded here, there's a lot more than just the quartz ore in the nether. And if you mine anything except quartz ore, all the zombie pigmen get angry. What I didn't know was that they apparently stay angry for a long time, because I hadn't been in the nether for a while. Maybe they just unloaded and so they never ticked down their aggression, I don't know. But I went in there and I hadn't even done anything, and all of a sudden a pigman came up and killed me. It wasn't fun. But yeah, so, but for the most part with the jetpack, it makes it really easy to get around in the nether. So I've collected some glowstone, some netherrack. There's a lot of nether ores, and the nether ores, if you pulverize them, will give you 2 times the amount of regular ores. So it's a good way to get a lot of extra resources. Speaking of pulverizing, and now we get to all the automation that I love so much. Oh, and I have all the Tinker's stuff here. Tinker's Construct, where I can build all my tools. That's where I got my hammer, my excavator, and my lumber axe, and my sword from. I might not even be using this sword. I don't think it's as good as I expected it to be. I thought if I added diamond to it, it would make it as strong as a diamond sword, but it doesn't seem to be. So I might just go with a regular diamond sword at some point. But for now, it's been serving me well, so it's okay. For those who don't know, the hammer is like a pickaxe, except it breaks things in a 3x3 area, so it lets you mine stuff a lot faster. The excavator is like a shovel, except it's 3x3, so when you hit a vein of dirt or gravel, you can just blow right through that. Lumber axe, and I'm sure you just heard my computer revving up. Anyway, the lumber axe, if you cut down a tree with it, you just cut any part of the tree, and all the wood above it will just instantly break. Unless it's if it's a 2x2 tree, sometimes it doesn't break the whole thing, but it'll break a big chunk of it. So either way, all these Tinker's tools make mining and harvesting lumber a lot easier. Although I'd no longer really need to harvest lumber because of my tree farm there, which I'll get to in a minute. Anyway, so yeah, Tinker's tool stuff right here. These two are just 2 crafting stations. I made 2 because the crafting stations, unlike the crafting table of vanilla Minecraft, will hold their inventory. So what I usually do is I use this as my main crafting station, and then if at any point in a recipe I realize I need to, craft something else up for it that I've forgotten, I just go up here and I craft it out, and then I bring it back to this one. So it just makes things a little easier when I'm doing that. These 2 chests are sort of my miscellaneous chests. I've tried to organize it a little bit, but just like in real life, I'm terrible at organization. So I've tried to make this one mostly tools, tools and tech stuff, but as you can see, there's also a lot of random junk in there. I'm a little embarrassed to show it. Don't look. And here is even worse. This one is just all random. There's a lot of essence in here and shards. I don't know if I'm ever going to use those because I tend to not like magic mods very much. To me, magic mods are very linear and confining. Like, if you want to get something, there's only 1 or 2 ways to do it. Whereas with tech mods, you get all the pieces and you can put them together to make whatever you want, which is why I love tech. But I'm keeping them in case I ever do decide to go into magic mods. There's a lot of things in here that I just crafted too many of, so I threw them in here. Like all of those energy pipes that I ended up not needing at all. Yeah. There's also an Ender Eye in here, which I was using because I thought maybe I'd go to the end, so I needed to find a stronghold. But then I thought to myself, I don't know if I'm like geared up enough to go to the end. I have the jetpack, which is nice because I know in Infinity, the end spawns all these meteors and stuff, so I don't have to necessarily fight the Ender Dragon. But if I don't, I won't have a way home. So there's that. I know I can get into Mistcraft and maybe make some linking books to do that, but I haven't gotten into Mistcraft at all yet. So really, I'm just not ready for the end, so I'm keeping the Ender Eye in there. So now on to the automation. So as you can see from the Wayla there, the what am I looking at tooltip at the top, I have a furnace generator here. My entire base, so all the machines you see here, and then a whole load of machines in that tree farm that we'll get to, they're all running off of 5 generators. Now a furnace generator is exactly what it sounds like. It generates electricity using the same fuel that a furnace would. So anything that you can burn in a furnace will run a furnace generator. Right now I'm running off of charcoal. See, there's a full stack in there, full stack in the furnace, and it's all coming from this ender chest. Now, these are not ender chests that come from vanilla Minecraft. These are from the ender storage mod, which is actually it predates vanilla ender chests, and it's got some improvements over them. So first of all, you'll notice this is like full of charcoal, and some of it is being pumped out and being used over in the tree farm, but it's also pumping it back in, which I'll get to. And then it's got this transfer node to pull things out of that chest and push it through the pipes into the furnace and the furnace generator, so it keeps these things stocked up on fuel. Now when I finally got this ender chest set up, it had no charcoal in it. And now it's almost filled with charcoal. Don't worry about the coal dust, I just didn't know where else to put that. I accidentally made it. I didn't want to get rid of it, I thought I could use it for something. But yeah, so I am running at a large surplus right now. And then there's also this transfer node here on this barrel going into the ender chest, because that barrel is for regular coal. So when I do all my mining and I throw everything in that chest up there to get sorted, all the coal will come in here. That way all of my machines can use coal or charcoal independently, because obviously they're basically interchangeable. So I can use both of them in the same ender chest system, and anything that needs any fuel, if I happen to run out of charcoal for some reason, it can start pumping in coal. So, and of course if it backs up, if it's filled up with charcoal and there's no room for coal, it just all goes in that barrel and it can store 64 stacks of coal. So, very useful. So I want to show you my setup here. First thing is this charger. Charger setup. So what does a charger do? It charges things. Sounds decent, but it doesn't like charge things the way you would expect. Unfortunately, when I made my my jetpack, I thought I would just throw my jetpack in here and it would charge it up. It doesn't work like that. This is the Applied Energistics charger, and it does not charge with RF. It doesn't even accept RF as far as I know, so I had to make this little energy acceptor which converts power types. So RF is the power type that these generators make. This needs AE power, so this is like basically an adapter. But because of that, or maybe just because it's not the intended use of a charger, it won't charge my jetpack. So for that, I use the energetic infuser. This is literally just a charger. It's a charging station. If I want to charge something that takes power, like this flux capacitor, which is basically a battery, I put it in there and it charges up, and it was already charged, so it was fast. But yeah, it'll go from the input to here, which will then charge it up, and when it's fully charged, it goes into the output. But this charger does something different. This charges Certus quartz. Oh no! Shoot! Oh, no, sorry. Whoa. For a second there, I thought I lost my Certus quartz. You see, a couple days ago, I had a creeper explosion in here. And even in vanilla Minecraft, you should know that creeper explosions in your storage area are not fun. I thought I lost so much stuff. This whole section of my storage area had a huge chunk missing. And there were like stacks and stacks of things stored in these barrels that all just fell out. And oh, I panicked. I quit immediately and then just didn't go back for at least a full day. And then came back. It wasn't as bad as I thought to get everything set up again, to put those barrels back and get everything in them. But I'm pretty sure I lost some resources in the process. But yeah. Anyway, so what I was saying was these Certus quartz that I did not lose, even though I thought they were up here, so I might have put them in a different spot when I fixed the creeper hole. But yeah, so what Certus quartz is it's a type of quartz found in the overworld, and it's used for lots of applied energistics things. I don't know if it's used for anything else, but it's definitely used for lots of applied energistics. And there are two types of quartz, of Certus quartz. There are regular Certus quartz and charged Certus quartz. And a lot of things in applied energistics require fluix crystals, which are made out of charged Certus quartz. And charged Certus quartz is very rare to mine. You can find it in mines, but it's a lot more rare than regular. So here's the thing, though. That charger will turn regular Certus quartz into charged Certus quartz. So I have a little setup here. This charger is taking power from the adapter here, coming from that furnace generator. And then this hopper takes Certus quartz from this chest and drops it into that charger. On the back of this charger is a transfer node that goes back into this sorting system. So basically, I can just throw a whole bunch of regular Certus quartz in this chest, and one by one, it'll charge it up and put it in the charged Certus quartz barrel, which is very useful for me because I can literally just drop it in and forget about it, and everything is fine, and then I have the resources I need whenever I get around to applied energistics, because I have not gotten around to it quite yet. So far I haven't really needed it. All of my farms and stuff have been just fine with extra utilities and thermal expansion stuff, and also Mine Factory Reloaded as well. And apparently this is industrial craft, which I didn't know, but whatever. Yeah. So whenever I do get into applied energistics, I have been keeping my stores at about half charged and half regular Certus quartz. So I should be able to make all sorts of things. So that's the charger. And then here we have the pulverizer that's just sitting right on top of the furnace generator so it can pull the power from it. This pulverizes things. It grinds them up. The main use of this is that if I throw an ore in here, it'll give me dust, and the metal dusts can be smelted back into metal. But the thing is, one metal ore produces 2 metal dust. So this will double the amount of raw materials that I get. So if I throw 1 iron ore in there, I get 2 iron ingots instead of 1. Which is very good for all of my mining sessions, because it doubles the amount and it makes it twice as efficient. It's also extremely good with nether ore, because remember I said if you smelt nether ore, you end up with 2 regular ores. And then I put those 2 regular ores in a pulverizer, and now I get 2 ingots for each. So I've quadrupled my mining efficiency when I grab stuff from the nether. So that is why I like going in the nether, as much as I hate all the mobs there. Especially now they have hellhounds and stuff in these mods, and ugh. But yeah, but it's worth it, I think. For a trip every now and then, at least. And also for glowstone. Now over here, I showed you my energetic infuser. In the corner here, which you can't really see except on the Wayla, I have an alloy smelter, which basically you put multiple types of metal. Is it raining? Yes, it's raining. Anyway, you put multiple types of metal, it smelts them down, and you get, like, alloys. So, for example, gold and silver make electrum, which is used in many recipes.